Hi, this is Pia. Welcome to the news of the week on Indus TV. Cities across USA announced police reforms following protests. After 2 weeks of protests following the death of George Floyd, several US cities and states are looking to reform their police departments and budgets. While Congress is slated to introduce reforms that include a limit on qualified immunity for officers and a restriction on military weapons, local governments have begun to take actions. Some of the cities that have promised reform so far are Minneapolis, Washington, D.C., New York State, New York City, Seattle, Sacramento, and New Jersey. Suggested reforms include commitment to engage with every willing community member, banning of chokeholds, and restrictions on the use of weapons such as tear gas, military weapons on crowds, releasing police body camera video from any police-involved death or serious use of force within 3 days of the incident, providing greater transparency and accountability to the public in order for people to believe that the system is fair and just. Republican Senator Tim Scott sent to GOP offices a draft of a proposed Justice Act with an aim for police reform across USA. Corona cases rise after lockdown restrictions lifts. Recently, areas across the US and India are facing rise in corona cases as lockdown is getting lifted. 21 states have had recent growth in newly reported cases over the past couple weeks, mainly due to some states ramping up their testing capacity. Many states, including California, Texas, Florida, Washington, Carolinas, and Hawaii, have all confirmed rising case counts. Rising cases caused U.S. stock markets plunged, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing down nearly 7%. Back in India, COVID-19 count saw the biggest jump as the states had confirmed 10,000 plus new cases in the last 24 hours. The total number of coronavirus cases in the country increased to around 3 lakh. US considering suspending H1B visas and restrictions on foreign student visa program. US President Trump is considering suspending several employment visas, including the H1B, in view of the massive unemployment in America due to the coronavirus pandemic. The proposed suspension could extend into the government's new fiscal year beginning October 1st. That could bar any new H1B holder outside the country from coming to work until the suspension is lifted, though visa holders already in the country are unlikely to be affected. However, the Trump administration's efforts to impose new H1B visa restrictions face a surprising challenge: the low unemployment rate among professionals in computer occupations in the United States. New data released by NFAP show the unemployment rate for individuals in computer occupations continuously declining. Sony reveals PlayStation 5. At its Future of Gaming event, Sony gave viewers a look at the new PlayStation 5 console. The next-gen console will have 2 versions, a standard model with a Blu-ray drive and a slimmer digital edition machine that relies entirely on downloads and streaming. Further, PS5 uses a solid-state drive as opposed to a hard drive like previous PlayStations, and that game disc will support a capacity of up to 100 GB. The PS5 is eye-catching with a mix of white and black for a two-tone design, foregoing the mostly monochrome looks of previous generations. Sony also displayed a suite of gear like an HD camera, controller charging station, media remote, and Pulse 3D wireless headset. New business focus on takeout and delivery. There is a new business trend evolving in food industry. Starbucks said it plans to close up to 400 stores in North America over the next 18 months and expects to open about 300 new stores that specialize in carry-out and pickup options. In another similar development, Instacart, which heavily relies on independent contractors to shop and deliver groceries to customers, announced plans to grow its shopper network by nearly 250%. The Bay Area company announced today that it has raised $225 million in recent investment round, which brings Instacart's valuation to $13.7 billion. As per founder and CEO of Instacart, Apurva Mehta, they will use the cash to invest in shoppers and partners, build out its advertising and enterprise business, and focus on customer experience. And that's it from the news of the week. This is your host Pia signing off.